make sure I have sound. Just 1 second. Oops. Hide. Hey. Hey guys. I'd like to say that day one was not rough, but I'd be lying. Hey. Okay. Let's see. Rombo says I made a Chad meme with the ornate horned frog as Chad's face. Can't tease us like that. Oh, so good to see you. Hey, Trace on the case. Beach Bum. Jennifer. K-Tech. 1979 ACR. Grammy B and Unsee. Grammy B, I would really love to get in touch with you. I feel like with the research I've been doing and obviously the research you've been doing, I think together we can maybe make something happen more than already, if you want. Boot Hill Sleuth, Natasha. Hey everyone. Hey Ron. Hey Kathy and Tom. Sanga. Girl, I have your earrings with me. They're right over there. I have Tracy. Oh my God. My brain is fried. You know who you are. I hate that Tracy bracelets, because they don't have, Tylee or JJ or words on it. More acceptable in the courtroom. Let me see. Hey, Donna. Hey, Irene. How you doing? Janet. Shar, Truth Seeker. Hello to everyone. Lovely to see all the support and love shown. Just left the audio from the docket stream. Me too. Detective's daughter says, Kathy, look, I'm not sneaking in late for once. I am. No. I was trying to, let the docket finish. That way you guys could hear the audio. Mel Mac, how you doing? Thank y'all for supporting Big E, Eric, aka the docket. It means a lot. Hey Terry, hey Miss Terry. So good to see your pretty face. Thanks for becoming a member. I wish I could say it was like the Ritz or, like your country club or like there were really cool perks, but it's a shit show. What do you do? What can you do? We've had this discussion about polishing a turd. It just is what it is. Trace on the case. Erna and I never can say your name right. Erna Anspach or Anspach. Good evening, everyone. Just listening to the audio from Eric's channel. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. And it's just day one. It's just day one. There's things that you can't unsee, for sure. Beach bum. I wasn't prepared for that. And from what I understand, it's just today was pretty compared to what's to come. So I saw Tammy in an exhumed state. Not exactly what I wanted to see. Not exactly. I did see. I saw the hole where Tylee's remains were. I saw. I wish I could say I saw rainbows and glitter and unicorns. I saw JJ's arms bound up in tape. That one was kind of a surprise. Like I wasn't expecting to see that one. Because they had showed the holes where the kids were, and I mean, wasn't too graphic. But then, and they left the one of Tammy up for like a good hour. I'd say a good hour. I was just like, okay, don't move along. But whenever I saw the one with JJ, because it's identifying, what Tylee, they tried to erase that baby girl, and you don't know what you're looking at. It doesn't make it any less heartbreaking. It doesn't make it any less impactful, because you know what it is. You don't know what you're seeing, but you just know that that's what they did to that baby girl and that baby boy. You can't unsee it. And so, we kind of got warned, like, okay, there's about to be some photos, and I knew that. And it was like, ow, God, these stupid arm things. Nice chair, but damn. Ow, I'm freaking hurt. Anyway, so they tell you, hey, there's about to be some graphic photos. And then, so, like Mom, she just turned to Larry, and they turned into each other basically. And I was sitting on, it was Larry, Mom, then me. But then when they showed, JJ's arms, not his head or anything, thank God, I lost it. And then I was trying to, you got to be quiet, so you have to sit there and like kind of cry in quietness. And I kind of leaned forward, and Mom, she was coddling me, and it is just weird. It's so weird. Shit sucks. It sucks. It's for the birds. I don't even know what to say. I'm just kind of lost. I've been, feeling lost here. Um, I want the comfort of my home, After a day like today, I would love to just cry to Jason. Um, but, kids are in school, and I mean, not that I know they're not coming in the courtroom, but there's things to do here, Um, it just sucks. It just sucks. Anyways, like the opening statement, well, first off, I know that the prosecution team, they've done their very best, but they're young, and I feel like, that with a complex case like this, it would have been, just a little more wise and selfless, to just say, you know what, this is just a little bit too big. I'll work underneath them. Learn that underneath the attorney general or something. Just a little too new and just a lot of ego, I mean, I don't mean that in a judgmental way. Just, it's just like, okay, well, there's some things that, I mean, just let's say I play a video game and I land airplanes. That doesn't mean that I can go land a jet. It doesn't make me qualified. I'm last resort. That's what I would compare it to. I know that they have a lot of investment, emotional investment in this, and how can you not? I mean, we're not prosecution, you're not prosecution, but here we are, invested in shit, We are invested. And I think it sucks. I don't know. I kind of today was a mixed emotion as far as like about the cameras and stuff. I was like, I told mom, I'm kind of glad in a way. Don't come at me. But in a way, it's like it could be less exploited, if that makes any sense. Everything else, there's good people and there's bad people. There's people with good intentions and people with bad intentions. People with just here for the next hearse chasers, the next clickbait, the next whatever. They don't care, And then there's the ones who care and who treat it as if they are if as if it were their own family. And but those bad ones, boy, they really, from a family member's perspective, they really leave a bad taste in your mouth. It sucks. So in a way, selfish me was like, kind of like, okay, I'm kind of okay with there not being cameras in here. But then, there's still the hearse chasers and everything else who are just, they're going to tell it however they want to tell it. And there's no video or anything to corroborate that. Everybody's going to see it differently. Every perspective is different. Not everybody's in the main courtroom. I don't know what it looks like from the me too. From the overflow, I have no idea what the view looks like from there. Summer was not there today. Colby was not there today. Annie was there, and I believe it has to be her daughter because she looks just like her. She's beautiful. My Aunt Cheryl was there. My cousins, Zach and Cole. Zach looks just like my Uncle Charles. And my Aunt Cheryl's husband. My Aunt Susan was there. My Uncle Jerry and my Aunt Melanie. And me Mom and Larry. I saw Gigi. I saw Justin Lum. I saw Nate Eaton. We were escorted in a back, in a back way, so you're not mobbed by press. Trying to think of the things, that just stood out to me. Like I saw Ron Ball and Detective Hermosillo. I sat behind him all day. He's a short guy, but he's got a long torso. Can I just say that? I was like, but really, Lori was right here, and that's all I needed to see. And we made eye contact quite a few times. I smiled. I didn't smile. I gave her the stank eye, the evil eye, the go fuck yourself eye, the I want to hurt you right now. I might, I know she looked at me quite a bit. Thomas, this is how you know how good your defense is. So, opening statement, with Lindsay, she did better than I expected. The jurors, diverse, age wise, they were engaged. That's for sure. They took notes. I noticed a couple would, kind of look our way. But again, I was more focused at Laura Horror. Okay. Judge Boyce was surprisingly, he was pleasant. I was kind of taken back by that. He was in a good mood. He said something about, the jurors. It's like $10 a day, that they make. And he was like, try not to spend that in one place. And that was the first joke I ever heard old Boyce crack. I laughed. Probably just to break the craziness. And then, my Aunt Cheryl sat like right here. And Lori does not like Aunt Cheryl. And I look back at Aunt Cheryl at one point, and I mean, she was just looking dead at her too, So I know that Lori could feel and see, when she chose to, us looking at her. Not just looking at her, looking through her. um, Especially after you see the pictures of the few pictures that we saw. Um, it's just like, who the fuck are you? This is gonna this is not gonna be, this is not for kids. It's never set for kids. So, sensitive ears, today's not the day. There might be a Disney version somewhere, I don't know, but it's not here. I watched Lori whenever Lindsay said, that this was poignant to me, because y'all know I want to know. I want to know if I'm wrong, if I'm right about, if my hunch, if all the research I've done, it's important, if it, I'm not going to force it to fit, so I'm looking for where it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm wrong, or I could be wrong, just whatever, because that's a lot of work. But I watched her as Lindsay was, opening her statement. And when she said that they met, or that Lori, a few years before that, had got, was an obsessed fan or whatever over Chad Daybell's books, Lori rolled her eyes. She was like, and so I was like, interesting, try not to read too much into it, but interesting, because I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. There's also, I think Lindsay even said that Tylee was 17. And I was like, God damn it, no, she's 16. She was 16. Poor baby. The part when when Archibald said, I think it was Archibald, I think this is it, said, that she's a mother of 3. I was like, the fuck she is. No, 3 minus 2 equals 1. She's the mother of 1. She's not the grandmother of 2. She's not. No, she forfeited her rights. whether by conspiracy, confederation, whatever in whateverville, no. Quit trying, quit. We all know. I mean, Helen Keller is dead. She was, what they say, dumb. I don't want to say that, but she was deaf and blind. She could see that shit, you know. She showed emotion, though. I mean, she at least responded, besides just in Fruitville somewhere, She was very engaged. She had glasses on, not these kind. She had glasses on, and I told Mom, I was like, good God, she's blind, because like you could see the lenses, they were thick. That bitch can't see. That's why Chad was the visionary, right? Anyways, I was so proud of my mom. I was so proud of my mom. When we went shopping the other day, she was, I forget what came about, but she was like, oh, I think I picked out a few outfits for her, and she was like, oh, or no, it was a dress for me or something. She was like, oh, I like that. And I was like, well, I picked that out for me. And she was like, oh, well, maybe we're more alike than you like to think. I said, I've never said that. I've never said I don't want to be like my mom, you know? And she was like, well, it kind of took her back, and she was like, most girls don't want to be like their moms, and yeah. But my mom's tough. Thank you, Beach Bum. Thank you. Crochet and Bammy came pick me up this morning. That was lovely. She was also in the same courtroom as me. Just it's so neat to meet people. Y'all are my friend. Y'all are my friends and my family. um, because you come back to a lonely hotel room and from all the hustle and bustle, and then I say you, but me, I'm just like, I just wanted to get on here with you guys and vent, talk about it, kind of decompress a little, make sense of it. I mean, you know what I mean. It's still too early to tell. Oh, but when Archibald was like doing whatever the hell his form of opening statement was, I was like, okay. I mean, nothing moving, it was just like, there was nothing just drawing me in, and Thomas was nodding off straight up. I was like, but he's going to sleep. Anyways, I thought that was interesting. Because he's boring. Now, there's a balcony that I can go to and smoke. It was so beautiful today. The wind, I mean, it just felt perfect. And so I went up there, and then it was like the last break. I was going back down in the elevator, and I saw Archibald, and I was like, "You want to get in?" And he was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna take the stairs." I was like, "Okay." Oh, thank you, Amy B. She said words that reminded me of you. Yeah, proud of her. Thank you. I was proud of her because I mean, I remember being put on the stand when I was 12. And I met Christina Spencer. I did. And I have the card. I have the cards right over there. Well, yeah, I gotta call her, and her and her husband are part of something really cool. And it has to do with rescue dog. Rescue? No. I'm sorry. Ah. Oh, hell. Dogs that help you heal. I don't know. I suck with my words right now. But anyway, it's just something that she had. I think she mentioned it to me in the dockets. Therapy dogs. There you go. Yeah, that's that thing. And I think it was in the docket chat where she had mentioned it. And so whenever I did get my mom and dad's attention over, we've been here since Tuesday, and I was like, hey, there's this lady. Her name's Christina Spencer. I spelled with 2 I's, and they're like, yes. And then I'm like, I don't know the rest of the story. Dogs, something about dogs. Anyway, so I didn't have enough information, and then we were coming out of the courtroom at the end of the day, and everything was chaotic. We had been cooped up. I tell you what, I'm going to invest in a seat cushion because holy hell, those pews So after a while, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to be in there. I guess. I don't know. That's kind of a weird statement, you know? I am. But those pews are hard. And Hermosillo had one and another one. I was like, you know, I was trying to show Mom and Larry, and I was like, Hermosillo, you know, I kind of tapped him. I was like, um, I want to show Mom your seat. And I was like, oh, that didn't sound right. Let me look at your ass. No, it was, let me look at your ass cushion, you know. But, anyways, or both, whatever. No, I'm just being a brat now. But, um, I don't know. I feel like I took Xanax, but I didn't. I had to. I had to take blood pressure medicine, Xanax, and yeah, um, just you know, attention, not attention, but tension headache. For real, uh, it's a lot. And then you realize how long you've been carrying it. You know, just all these things, just like flash in your mind, and I and I don't even know if I'm sure it's okay to say because it's over the testimony that Mom did, but Mom had forgotten the part about you know, when Mandy, JJ's mom, had gotten pregnant after she had JJ, and but it wasn't my brother's baby, but it was still Kanan slash JJ's half sister, right? And I remember, you know, and I've told you guys this before, that Lori and Charles tried to adopt her also, which I thought at the time, I was like, oh, wow. You know, she's a mixed baby. That doesn't matter. I'm just saying, JJ, you know, had been diagnosed with autism by that time. That was a lot to me, like thinking, like, that's a lot to take in. And it's so selfless of them to want to, you know, adopt JJ's half sister. I mean, for a long time, I've been like, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for not allowing that to happen, because that baby girl would most likely have had her own shallow grave as well. And I remember Lori wanted to name her Tabitha. I remember looking the name up, but I don't remember what it means now off the top of my head. But I had a really good friend named Tabitha. I still do. But I mean, Mom was like, I forgot about that. You know, because Lori tries to make it seem, and a lot of this, people, I mean, I've heard YouTubers say it over and over and over again, that Kay and Larry just couldn't take care of the baby because the baby was born with autism. And I was like, that's not how that works. The baby doesn't come out and they're like, autism right there. That's autism. You know, we knew he had problems, issues. We didn't know what, you know, and that comes along later. It was after the adoption had taken place. It's not like Mom and Larry were like, oh, we love this baby so much, but he's autistic. So yeah, no. um oh good. That's my babe. Um let me tell him I'll call you after this stream. Um anyways, so it just seems like, and especially the way Lori's attorneys were trying also to push it, like, it just seemed like they were trying to, they even said, Thomas, he's a dick. He's a dickhead. John Candy lookalike. And what else does Scott Rice call him? I think that's who said it. Scott Rice said he's a John Candy slash. I can't think of it. But anyways, I laughed when I saw that. Okay. I will, my baby. I don't know if y'all remember or if y'all saw that too about Scott Rice. It's gonna piss me off till I figure it out. But yeah, they tried to make it seem like Mom and Larry were just like called Charles and Lori up, and they were like, hey, y'all want to adopt them because we can't take care of them. I knew that. I mean, but there's no point in, those are the little things, but I say they're little, but they piss you off. It was little without the world knowing, because I knew the difference. Mom and Larry knew the difference. We all knew the difference. We all knew that wasn't correct. But, you've got YouTubers now and they're like, yeah. And I mean, I'm like, did you eat? Just go buy a freaking paper or copy a script from somebody. Copy paste. Just at least get the damn facts, the basics down, please. Because you're then not doing the story, the victims, any justice. Do you know what I'm saying? It is misrepresentation of the facts. YouTube is like a game of broken telephone. I like that, Janet. Oh, man. Right? I mean, there's a lot of truth to that statement. I like the ones, I stick with the ones. And I mean, I watch newer ones just because, I consume this case 24/7. But I'm is tired as far as, carrying this heavy burden that, I mean, maybe I need to, for those that understand where I'm coming from, what I've been trying to say, with good intentions, please. I don't need anybody stabbing me in the back or, not, there's just people that aren't very nice. And for the most part, I don't get those people here. But they do exist. I'm a realist. But I need just a couple people, because I don't know how to, take what all the things that I've learned. I don't know how to put it into not a pretty box. Thank you, Detective's daughter. Text me and I'll come get you for a sleepover. I have a necklace for you that's been blessed by my shaman. Plus, I have a huge stuffed polar bear. Oh, I told Jason too. I was like, I need one of those pregnancy pillows. He was like, I mean, we're frugal, okay? So 2 pillows or however many pillows together. But I ain't got the time. But I will take you up on that. For real. Okay, it's lonely. I'm lonely. I'm used to kids and ruckus and me usually saying, hey, I need, y'all be quiet. I need some space. I needed to, oh crap. I needed to be quiet. Be careful what you wish for, right? Right. So, I don't know. I mean, is there anything that y'all want to know? Maybe I'm just not thinking about it right now. It's a lot to think about. In the meantime, I'm going to pull out a couple of Robinette's handy dandy corny jokes in remembrance of Uncle Charles. Okay, this one says learning how to pick up trash was really easy. I just picked it up as I went along. Okay. I don't really get that one. Getting paid to sleep would be my dream job. Yeah, that would be. Are these different? Why did the guy rob a bakery? He needed the dough. Thank you, Irene. Oh, why did the belt go to jail? He held up a pair of pants. Good old humor, right? Wholesome humor. What's the best way to contact a fish? Drop them a line. How do you make an egg giggle? Tell it a yolk. Why didn't the shrimp share? Because he was shellfish. That's stupid, but funny. What did one hat say to another hat? You stay here. I'll go on ahead. What's the opposite of a hot pepper? A little chili. Anyways. Always appreciated. Always appreciated. Is there anything that stood out to you guys as far as like it was hard seeing Brandon. I mean, Brandon, he talks real soft. I was like trying to hear, you know. Let's see. Do you see any schmoozing by Lori to Mills in the courtroom? I didn't see it. Mm-mm. I mean, like she's over here, they're way the hell over there. What else? Were any of Lori's family there? Negative. Not yet. Oh, the damn Audrey. Did y'all know Tammy's cause of death and that Laura Horror's DNA was on the tools? Deeds on Audrey chick. And see, a lot of the Audrey stuff, as far as I understand and remember before any of this, it was like a lot to do with the 5,000 pages that, took death off the table. Because I remember in Sean Little Bear's interview with Hidden True Crime when he said that she was, I don't know where the cap to that went. She was one of the Dream Girls sisters. The Dream Girls, preparing a people, right? And, her name is spelled incorrectly in a lot of places. So, I've pulled her up on LinkedIn a long time ago. She's an herbologist. She's worked for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. She's into homeopathic healing. And just so happens that Lori liked to stay in touch with her after every murder, kill. I think she has a lot to do with this, in my opinion. But Sean Little Bear said in Hidden True Crimes interview, I'm sorry, my hiney hurts. It hurts already, and then insult to injury of sit me in a pew all damn day. But he said in that interview that, and it's like it was not solicited. That's the things I look for. The things that are not solicited. Ain't nobody asked you nothing about no damn Audrey Baratero. Ain't nobody asked your opinion, Sean. Terry Scabby, Little Bear. Sean Little Bear is his whatever. Terry Scabby is his real name. And in the beginning of this, Sean contacted my parents. That's one of those interjection things that I also am like, flag, that's a flag. Dan Judd, he's an alleged headhunter, whatever the hell that is. I don't really want to find out. Maybe he's the one that left the card, because the Dan Judd I pull up on the website, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, it's, it don't make sense, because the guy, Dan Judd, that Sean Littleberg describes and talks about, is not a Mormon, but he had this wooden box. It is freaking a sacrifice. It is sacrificial. It's blood atonement. It ain't changed. They don't have it in the in their whatever the hell, in the doctrines, just as a folklore. It has existed since the beginning of time. And they go back to the Levitical whatever, and I don't know all the terminology. Y'all know I don't. They practice the law of consecration. They practice the law of Moses. They practice the law of, what's that other one? Oh, it starts with an M too. Blood sacrifice. Okay. Thank you, Anna. Good to have you here. Thanks for dropping by. And that's what this is. That's what this is. And I'm just like, how are they going to do that? I've been wanting to know how they were going to tiptoe around this. And it's just, I don't know. It really just takes the wind out of my sails, because I'm like, what am I doing here? What was the point of all this? I mean, really, what good is the research if people don't accept it? Two, if you do nothing with it, what good is it? How does this vindicate? How does this make their deaths not in vain? How does this make a difference? How? It's just very it's just disheartening, because I've sacrificed also. No, I'm not making it about me, but I have literally just missed time with just I have just been engulfed in this, trying to understand. I didn't know this is where it was going to bring me, but this is where it brought me. I haven't lived for almost 4 years, and I'm just ready to live. But I'm sorry. I just keep crying every damn live stream now. Apologize for that. Just weighs on you. What am I trying to do? Trying to find a text. Let me see if I can read this. I don't want to say who this was or who this is, but because but something she said earlier, just right before it came on, I feel just like that. Let me get to it. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay. So this is just unknown source. Or you know what I mean? Anonymous. But this person knew my uncle very well. I just got to kind of read through it a little bit so I don't give out any identifying information. But they said in 2016, I started having a recurring dream that I could not place. I even described the dream in an email to my friends. I did not understand it at all, but it was the best dream ever. So fun, but it was a combination of being on the river, but crossing over a bridge to a beach. And I'm not going to say what that is. It's just an organization name. They imported all of the sand for that big blowout party. When I figured out the dream, finally, I asked Bobby, my Uncle Bobby, if Charles and Lori's problems started in 2016. I kept thinking he was trying to contact me. I had another dream about him right after his murder. I kept running after him and he kept walking, which was so foreign to me. I finally just threw myself at him and said, "What is wrong? What is wrong with you?" And I was just covering his face with kisses. It was like he was ignoring me, but crying and crying. He finally said, "No one believes me." This was before the dump when we saw all the footage of Charles trying to get people to listen to him. And it just, oh my God. I was like, that's how I feel. It's like, I'm not trying to say anything close to my uncle, but that's how I feel. Um, but it was so, I mean, this person sharing that with me, it's huge. And I could picture it vividly. And I said, tears are flowing down from my face because I picture this so vividly. God is real. This I know for sure. And I said, you do too. So did Uncle Charles. I feel just like what he said to you. No one believes me. As far as delivering this message to the right person or persons about this being ritual sacrifice and that the church is allegedly involved. I don't know what else to do to get the right person to believe me because this is that thing he told me. Something far more dark and far more sinister. So their deaths would not be in vain. Once I deliver that message, then I know it'll set me free for the first time in 4 years of solid research that I've spent every waking moment trying to figure out. And I said, this is that. That is this. So I'm kind of putting this out there to y'all too. I need help putting it into story form. Not for a book, not for, it's just, it just, I don't know, because you can go 50,000 different ways with it, right? So I said, I need help putting it into story form that's easier to understand and to the point without being interrupted a billion times to explain this and that. Although those questions have relevant answers. Okay, I was like, what the hell was that? I have to make it clear and concise and easier to digest. That's where I'm at now. It's difficult. Um, they're worth it. I didn't come this far just to come this far. You know. Chris Farley. Chris Farley, that's the name. I gotta go turn that off right there. Be right back. Okay. Anyways, so it's crazy, but crazy is all we got, you know. I save a bunch of Word documents when I'm trying to piece together. Oh God, you should see mine. It's crazy. My notes. Um, I don't know how to put it into story form, and plus I need a sounding board because it has to make sense. It has to make sense in this effed up world, in this effed up story. That's how it keeps happening, and that's how it continues because they are with you, crushing your uncle, and the kids are with you. She might be feeling them around her. They are with you, Crusher. Always. What carries is what you have been doing. Not only is helping your loved ones get justice, but there is also a sense of a part of the grieving process that you are doing for yourself and your family. Definitely. Definitely. It's just a lot. I know I don't like watching the videos either, but they're important. They're and I'm not saying you're not saying that, but it's him telling the story. I really prefer to use everything that we have, everything that's come out, because I don't there doesn't need to be a narrator, doesn't need to be a storyteller. Um it tells its own story. Just have to listen, like people just have to listen and be okay with reading a few things, and I don't know. It's just it's a difficult top. It's a difficult topic. Maybe it's just me that needs to get over it. It's hard. It's a hard thing to talk about, especially whenever you hear, um, I mean, Julie Rowe talks about this. Okay, I am not Julie freaking Rowe. I'll tell you that right now. I know I'm a little more outspoken. I'm a little more just you never know what's going to fly out of my mouth. I'm silly. I like to just be goofy, but that doesn't mean that I'm not smart or, I'm smart. This is the way I cope with things. Um, People put labels on it and you become a conspiracy theorist and then people don't take you seriously. It's kind of like whenever, these abusers within the church, like David Levitt and the Hamblin dude and all the 5011 other people, just saying, the LDS helpline, the there's the abusers and then there's the abused, in my opinion, and especially within these organized religion, anywhere where there's children, anywhere where there's mothers to target, because they see that as easy prey, you know? And then they go after our children. And if I were a predator, you know what I'm saying? That's why it happens. That's where it runs rampant. And I don't know what to do. I know I can't solve it all by myself. It's not just a me problem, but this part is, I have an interview lined up. He's been so very, very patient and not pushy. And I made sure, and I put it out there, like, I don't want you to turn it, what I say, and turn it into your narrative, like, no, if I'm going to tell you this, you're not going to be able to call Chad and Lori a cult. Okay. You're going to have to find ways where it's legal, however you got to work it out in your legal department. And me too, where it doesn't get me into trouble, and where whatever, to call out the big bear. It's I'm tired of poking it. It's time to, jab that son of a bitch. I'm tired of dancing with it, honestly. And the sooner I can get this off in a way, then I know that's when this thing will turn me loose. I know it. So it's like right there. I want to live again. I want to live. I want to live life. I want to enjoy it. Let's see. Why not a book? I will. I mean, at first, no, that was not I did not want to write a book. It would not be about me. I mean, in a sense, could tell it in a way, but that's not what I'm trying to. I don't know what I'm trying to do. I don't know how to explain it. How do you ask for help if you don't know how to ask for the, in the right way? How do I ask in an effective way? It's like maybe a rough draft, not of a book, not just a blah, 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 blah. I'm just not, my brain's not organized like that. It's, I tell you my flaws. That's one of them. There's so much information that it's information overload. And then, that gets me into hairy situations because I get bogged down in that. And there's, all this other stuff going on, like grieving and dealing with just the regular stuff. So I do feel like it's a public service for a book from a ghostwriter, of course. But just how this works. And maybe I need to Google that on up and see. There could be books out. I know there's other people that have come out and talked about these things, about their stories in this, and I just haven't made it there. Like sometimes I don't see 2 feet in front of me. A lot of times it's hard to just get through the weeds. Oh yeah, the link I post in here for Discord usually has expired. Sorry about that. My mom did do great today. So did Brandon. So did Brandon. Larry's birthday is the day after tomorrow. And maybe we can take him out to dinner for his birthday. 76. You know, I'm just so proud of my parents. And my cousins, you know, my aunt, my uncle, my aunts and my uncle. And I mean, I come from a dysfunctional family just like the next, you know, but I love them. Thank you, Irene. It's just hard. It's just hard. And it was hard. It was hard seeing Tammy today. I've never met the woman, you know? But I mean, an exhumed picture. And I remember hearing asphyxiation for her. I don't remember if I heard that for JJ or both, or I don't know. Is that part's a little confused. That part's really confusing for me because it's like you hear one thing and then there's a whole another thing and you're like, what? And then there's her whole alibi thing. Juice cup. Good night, beach bum. Larry is Taurus. No. He is Aries. I'm a Taurus. So is Brandon Boudreaux. So is Melanie Pulowski. So is Detective's daughter. So is Humanimal. See all these weird things that I keep. Okay. I see, and I heard that's where I got confused because I don't remember hearing it in the hearing or in the trial today, but I heard one source reporting that. And okay, thank you for clarifying. JJ's a little Gemini. Yeah. Like yours truly. Oh, that's sweet. That was hard today too, just hearing the birthdays. And what was it like for you, Crochet and Bammy? Crochet and Bammy was, she came and picked me up today, and then, she was literally like right there, but I wonder what it was like from her point of view, you know. It's important, Maxine, I think Brandon, when they tried to dismiss him, it's like they didn't have anything, nothing just stood out to me like the whole thing. And I figured this is maybe where the defense is trying to do this with my mom when my mom said about divine intervention about the printer, All right. Good night, Allie. Thank you so much. Crochet and Bammy says, it was surreal. I felt sadness and anger all at once. TP, we must not forget the victims, no matter the religious affiliation, and especially so. Amen to that. Or you know what I mean. Horrible words. Touche. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if people, the good people in the religion, in all religions, because this isn't just this one. I mean, I haven't studied, any other ones, but I mean, It's kind of why, in my opinion, it's why it's perverted to begin with, right? But I feel like if people could just see how I see it and how a lot of you see it, then they would definitely disaffiliate with any church and just build their relationship with God. You don't need a you don't need a medium. Speaking of mediums, yeah. Actually, no, I gotta nip that in the bud tomorrow. Mohawk mom, crush you on the inside looking out, and she's on the outside looking in. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. And a lot of this, there's corruption in all religions, yes. Lost Cookie says Larry shares a birthday with my daughter. She will be 40. Oh, that's sweet. And then, I don't remember exactly. I'll have to go look because, Todd counts Mandy, JJ's biological mom, as one of Lori's and Chad's victims. When we picked him up from rehab, he said however many victims, and I was sitting in the back seat, and Jason could see me just tallying it up. I was like, and he texted me and he was like, he's counting Mandy too, and I was like, oh, okay, and Mandy's birthday was it might have been today. She passed away. It'll be a year in June. But anyways, it's like it might be the 13th also. My mom was the Aries. Jen. I miss Jen. I do. But she's got to get finished with school, so I can go watch her ass graduate. I'm proud of her. Trace on the case says, I grew up in a reservation border town right off the Navajo reservation, and those people are still suffering from what they did to the kids. At least you guys are trying to do right by them now. Mad Marcia says, yeah, imagine thinking you're doing the right thing by giving up your son when you can't take care of him. And then this. Yeah. Oh, I feel like, every time they mention my brother's name I will fight. I'm ready to throw, because, when you're in that and it's toxic and, I've abused drugs. I've abused alcohol. I'm not high and mighty. I know what it's like. I'm not holier than thou, and I was just blessed, lucky, or whatever you want to call it. And as soon as it was just something in my mind, and I said, okay, I'm done. I'm done. And it was just, I'm not, I know that it's not like that for everyone. For me, it was, and I can't thank God enough, like whenever you're dependent on something that, is just a Band-Aid, it just masks the pain. And instead of dealing with it, because maybe you didn't feel safe, or maybe you didn't feel heard, or it just wasn't a thing. We didn't have feelings. We had feelings, but we didn't have, it wasn't like it is today. We didn't have counseling, or I'm sure there was, but Hell, I mean, I wasn't even diagnosed ADD with ADHD until after my kids were, you know? Thank you, Janet. Thank y'all. I know. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, we didn't have words for the feelings. And if we did, I mean, they were just unheard of, really. I was told I was too sensitive, and I was like, "Oh my god." I don't even know what that means, like that hurt. Turns out it's not that bad, you know. It doesn't mean anything negative. It didn't mean anything negative once I researched into it, to find out more about myself, to learn who I was, and being a highly sensitive person. I mean, it takes all of us to make the world go round, right? Thank you, Detective's daughter. I'm gonna call too sensitive, right? I would have rather got slapped in the face. Really. Like, I don't know if anybody else was like that, but if it came down to an ass whipping, you know what I mean? Or punishment, I'm like, I'm ready for my licks. Just come on. Let's get this over with. Don't punish me though, don't leave me with my thoughts. My mom punished me from phones, and that's when they used to be like, phones and you plugged them into the wall, not just charge them to the wall. But, she punished me from my phone, and I had a stash in the closet. Yeah, plug it in. Like, doo-doo-doo. I was a zombie, right? I was a little bitch. It's called hormones. Lori is evil. She wanted the look of doing right without the pesky burden of actually being a good person. Did y'all hear that part where the Wi-Fi password that Alex said was too many kids? What the fuck? What in the actual fuck? Oh, that was one. That was one of those things where I was just like, I looked at her and I was just like, I want to hurt you. Yeah, it's called being a teenager. Exactly. Oh my god. Mm-mm-mm. Empaths. Yes. Oh, a lot. And my dad, my real dad, he's such a deep thinker, Um, my real dad, Gerald. Um, there's times we sat out at night, and he would just look up at the stars. He's still alive. He's not dead or anything, but I miss him too. And he would just, tell me about Mars and just whatever, and we're both just like, he's just methodical, and I am too. And you know, misunderstood, and just adapted to the world that I lived in, and kind of like a chameleon, where you could fake it till you make it, or whatever the hell, but just didn't feel like I ever fit in anywhere. And I I know that's why I'm so drawn to you guys. I know that's what it is. Yeah, too many kids. Um, how can they? Rhetorical question. I hope. How can they be that stupid? Oh, they were so stupid. And I did hear in the opening statements where, they said that Chad's phone pings, in the same areas as Alex. And I don't know. tomorrow's going to be brutal, okay? I know that much. Tomorrow is going to be shitty. So I'm going to call my babe because I miss him and I just want to talk to him. And I don't think I have your phone number still, Detective's daughter. Or wait, is it in the Venmo thing? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, probably. Yeah, anyway, so, and then Crochet and Bammy, thank you so much. She's going to pick me up in the morning. I don't think Mom's going tomorrow. So, but the rest of us will be there, Anyways, I love you guys. I really do. It's in Venmo. Okay, good. I'll check it out. I remember something like that. So I'll go and put that damn number in my phone. I have your address all the live long day. I do too, Mad Marcia. I do too. I mean, in a way. Talk to my babe. Thank you. Y'all, I don't know how to say her name. Siobhan, maybe. But on Twitter, she does like this acrylic pouring. And I was like, that is so what I would be doing if it weren't for Laura.